Hello my people, welcome to another tutorial. My name is Agnes. In today's tutorial I bring you this Alpine top. I haven't used the Alpine stitch in a while, so I thought why not, let's get back to it. So it is easy, you can make it in any size. You will need your bust measurements, and this video is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy for you to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and literally sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place and at your own terms. So we are going to be making this easy top. You can adjust the length, you can make it longer, shorter. I wanted to make a dress out of it, but maybe I will eventually, but for now I have the top. And we are just going to go ahead and head straight into the tutorial. So these are the materials that you will use. I used this durable comfy yarn from Durable Yarns. It is 100 grams, 266 meters long, and it is 100% microfiber acrylic size 2 or spot yarn. You can use any other yarn that you like. However, I was doubling the strand, so I was using 2 strands just to make it more secure, more thicker. That's what I wanted, but you can use 1 strand. I'll be using a 3.0 millimeter hook. So for the yarn, you will need 100 grams to 200 grams of the yarn if you're not doubling your strand. You'll also need a tape measure for this. So let's start. All right, we are going to start off with a foundation chain, and we are going to take a tape measure around our bust, and then subtract 10 inches from that. Okay, so take your bust measurements. How many inches do you have? Then take away 10 of those inches. Okay, so make a foundation chain, and I am going to meet you once you have your measurements. My bust measurements is 33. When I take away 10, I will have 23 inches of chain. So this is my chain, and I have 23 inches. Like I said, I'm using 2 strands, so you can use 1 strand if you like. So it's 33 are my bust measurements in inches. When I take away 10, minus 10 is 23. So I only chain 23 inches of chain. And now we're going to start on row 1. Row 1 is going to be a row of single crochets, so you are going to go ahead and skip that very first chain, and then you're going to go into the next chain and make a single crochet, and then get into the next chain, make a single crochet. So we are working from our bust all the way down. Okay, so you are going to work 1 single crochet in every stitch until you get to the end of your chain. So row 1 is a single crochet row. All right, so I am coming to the end of my row 1, and once you're done with that, you are going to go to row 2, and for row 2 is going to be double crochet row. So you're going to chain 3. That chain 3 counts as a stitch. Then you're going to turn your work. Chain 3 counts as a stitch, which means you are going to not work into this very first stitch here, but work into that next stitch. So go in there, both loops, make a double crochet, and you are going to go into every stitch here with a double crochet all the way to the end, and I will see you once you're at the end, so that we can start on row 3. So I'm coming to the end, and I have 2 stitches left, so I'll work in every stitch until my last one. This is my last one, And the next row is going to be a row of single crochets. So you are going to chain 1, turn your work. That chain 1 does not count as a stitch, so we are going to work in that very first stitch right here. So go in with a single crochet in the 2 loops and work single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next, and you're going to work single crochets in every stitch, and I will meet you at the end so that we can start on our Alpine stitch. So the Alpine stitch starts on row 4. So first row is single crochet, second row is double crochet, third row is single crochet. All right, so I am coming to the end, and you make sure that you work your last stitch on top of that chain 3. Otherwise your work will not be straight. So make sure on top of that chain 3, that's where your last stitch goes. It's very important for this pattern. Okay, so finish off your row 3 by making a single crochet on top of that chain 3 stitch. So that's your last single crochet. All right, so chain 2. So you're chaining 2 now, then you're going to turn your work, and that chain 2 counts as a stitch. So we are going to make an extended double crochet in that next stitch. So that's second stitch, but we are going to go a row below. So where we have our double crochet, we are going to go under the first double crochet with our hook and make an extended double crochet. So you pull it all the way up and complete the double crochet. So which means we've like left a stitch behind. So you can see from the back the stitch that you've skipped because you worked in the double crochet below. So next, in the next stitch, which is going to be on the single crochet row right here, you're going to make a normal double crochet like this. And now the next one is going to be an extended double crochet. So you will go into the next double crochet below, in the row below the single crochet row, and make an extended double crochet. So the next one is going to be a normal double crochet, and you can always check behind to make sure you're not skipping 2 stitches or more, to make sure you're working in the right one. So you're just going to simply repeat this, because our next one is going to be an extended double crochet. So you go into the row below, you skip this double crochet here, and then the next double crochet you make an extended double crochet, and then the next is going to be a normal double crochet. That is in the top row. So you're working in the top row, normal double crochet, and extended double crochet in the row below. And you're just going to repeat this until we get to the end of the row. So I've always wanted to have a website, a shop where I can sell my finished crochet products and written PDF files, but I'm not a tech person, and I've always assumed it is like so impossible for me to build, because I don't know, I had someone even build for me, create for me my email address, my social media, all this, because I'm afraid of anything tech really. I still edit my videos using my phone and not my computer, or take my pictures instead of with camera, I take them with my phone. Like, this is how afraid I am of tech. But you know what? Squarespace has made it easy for people like me with no tech knowledge at all to be able to build beautiful websites on our own with these professionally designed Squarespace website templates. You have options for every use and every category and features to fit your needs, helping you, stand out online and on every device. Alternatively, with the new guided design system, which is Squarespace Blueprint, you can start a completely personalized website. Choose from professionally curated layout and styling options to build a unique online presence tailored to your brand and business. So you can easily launch your website and get discovered fast with integrated, optimized SEO tools, so you can show up more often to more people and grow the way that you want to grow. So I am interested in selling my products online, patterns. So whether you sell physical goods or digital content services like me, Squarespace has developed tools that you need to start selling online. With Squarespace flexible payments, make checkout seamless for your customers with simple but very powerful tools. Accept credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay, and in eligible countries, offer customers the option to buy now and pay later with Afterpay or ClearPay. So if you're like me and are looking to start an online business or expand your online business, check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you are ready to launch your website, go to squarespace.com/scrochets to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using code scrochets. So thank you so much, Squarespace, for partnering with me on this video. Coming to the end of this row, we are always going to end the row with a double crochet. Okay, so if you get to the end of the row and you have your last stitch as an extended double crochet, don't do that. Instead, do 2 double crochets. But here I have an extended double crochet and then my last stitch is a double crochet. So do not end your row with an extended double crochet. You can always end it with 2 double crochets instead. So we start on the next row and it's going to be a row of single crochets. So you are going to chain 1, turn your work, and that chain 1 does not count as a stitch, so you work a single crochet in that very first stitch, and you are going to go into every stitch with 1 single crochet all the way to the end. So it's just going to be a repeat of single crochet row and a row where we have our double crochets and extended double crochets. So that's going to be like the pattern. It's a repeat of 2 rows. So make single crochets all the way to the end, and I will meet you at the end of this row. So I'm coming to the end and I have a couple of stitches left. So like I mentioned, your last stitch should be on top of that chain 2. So don't forget, your last single crochet is going to always be on top of that chain 2. So make sure you make that last stitch on top of the chain. All right, so I want to change color, so I always want to change color after the single crochet row. So if you're not changing colors, just continue. If you're changing colors, instead of finishing the single crochet row, you're just going to complete it with the other color, and then you're going to chain 2. I'll cut this off, and we are going to start on the next row, which is the double crochet row. So I tie this just to make it secure for now, and then turn my work. And now we are going to be working where we have this chain 2 counts as a stitch, right? So I don't work in this very first one. So next one, I have this extended double crochet. So what I will do is I'll work a double crochet on top of the extended double crochet, and where we had a normal double crochet, we will work an extended double crochet. So it's like interchanging. So my next one is a double crochet, which means I will work an extended double crochet in that stitch. So I will go under this double crochet down there and work an extended double crochet, or you can call it a front post if you like. And then here next is a extended double crochet. So in that stitch on top, I will work a normal double crochet. So we are interchanging. So where I have a double crochet, I will work an extended double crochet. And where I have an extended double crochet or a front post, I am going to work a normal double crochet at the top. And it's just going to be this repeat exchange, you know. And for every row, like where you have a double crochet, you will work a front post, and where you have a front post you'll work a normal double crochet like that. So I am going to do this until I get to the end. So it's easier here because the stitches are already shown. This is how it looks at the back. So from here it is easy, and I will meet you at the end just to show you one more time how we finish that off. So I'm coming to the end, and as you can see, I have here where I need to make an extended double crochet, and then I have this one where I need to make a double crochet, but then my next should be an extended double crochet. But like I said, do not make an extended double crochet as your last stitch. So we are going to make a double crochet in that. So I have 2 double crochets at the end. Okay, so now we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and what are we working? A row of single crochets. So I am going to go into every stitch with a single crochet, and remember that chain 1 does not count as a stitch, so I am working in that very first stitch. So single crochet all the way until I get to the end of this row. And once you get to the end, you're going to repeat what you did on the previous row. So it's going to be a repeat of 2 rows until you have your length. So this is what I have, and measure from above your boob to where you want your top to be before you start that little decrease at the bottom. So mine is 7 inches long. You can make this longer if you like, or shorter depending on your preference. Definitely if you're taller, bigger, then this will be longer. Okay, so now we want to start on the decreases right here at the bottom. So you are going to take, count all the stitches here in your top, and then you're going to divide that by 4. Okay, divide that by 4, and the number that you get is what we leave on the sides. Count that, put a stitch marker, that same number, count it, put a stitch marker, and we are going to decrease only what we have in between the stitch markers. Okay, so I hope you got that. So both sides are the same, and we are just going to decrease here. The middle is not the same as the sides. All right, so to decrease, where I have my stitch mark, I'm just going to reattach my yarn, and I am on the side where I need to do single crochets. So I'll chain 1, and I'm going to make 2 decreases on each side. So after I chained 1, I'm going to not work in that very first stitch, but I will go into the second stitch. So that's already like a decrease because we were working in the very first stitch, right? So I will go into that second stitch and make a single crochet. That's my first decrease. So now I'm going to decrease these 2. So I will go in with my hook like this and not complete my single crochet, and then go into the next stitch like this. I have 3 loops, and then now I'm going to complete by pulling through all the 3 loops. So I'm done with my 2 decreases there. Then I'm just going to go ahead and make single crochet in every stitch, and I will do that until I have 4 stitches left to the other side where I have my stitch marker, because I also need to make a decrease there. Okay, so I will meet you once I have 4 stitches left on this side so that we can make a decrease on that side. All right, so I have 4 stitches left, 1 2 3 4, and I need to make a decrease. So I will go in with an incomplete single crochet, go into the next one. I have 3 loops, then pull through. Now do the same once, and then go into the next one. I have 3 loops and then pull through. So I've made 2 decreases on this side. All right, so I need to change color, so I will not complete that single crochet. So let me change color. And then on the next row, we are also going to do 2 decreases. Okay, so I will just tie this up. So I am going to chain 3. So I'll be chaining 3, and then I'm going to turn my work, and chain 3 counts as a stitch, so I don't work in this first one, right? So this counts as a stitch. So I am going to decrease these 2 next stitches. So I will go in with what I need to go in there, which is a double crochet, because I'm working on top of an extended, but I will not finish my double crochet, right? So my next stitch, it should be an extended double crochet. So I have 2 loops, and then I yarn over, and then I go and make an extended double crochet. Then I pull through the first 2 loops, and now I have three loops on the hook, and then I pull through all. So I have made a decrease. Now I need to make a second decrease. So I will go into this one, which is a normal double crochet, and do not make a complete one. And then my next is an incomplete, and I'll just go under this double crochet, pull through the 2 loops here, and then I have 3 loops. Then I'm going to pull through all. So I have made my 2 decreases there. All right, so now I'm going to work into every stitch like I should, and then I will decrease at the other side once I have 4 stitches left. So if you don't want to, if you want your decrease to be a little slower, then you can decrease once, but I'm decreasing 2 stitches on every side and on every row. All right, so now at the end here, I will meet you to make that final decrease on this row. So I have 5 stitches left. If once you have 5 stitches left, okay, so we are going to make the decrease in these 4, and then our last one will be a normal stitch. This is our last one, okay? So let's make that decrease. So we decrease these 2, and our last stitch will be in there. So what I will do is a normal double crochet that is not complete, and then an extended double crochet, and then complete. And then next is a next decrease, incomplete double crochet, and then an extended double crochet, pull through 2, pull through 3. So I'm done with that decrease, and my last stitch, as always, is going to be a double crochet. So it doesn't matter what you had below in the other side, just look at your last stitch on the single crochet row. So that's going to be my double crochet. All right, so next is the single crochet row, and we are still going to make those decreases. So I will just go ahead and continue, repeating this. All right, so I will turn my work, and what do we do with the decreases? So you chain 1 and skip that very, very first stitch, because we are not working in that, just to make it as a decrease. So I'll go into the second one and make a single crochet. Okay, so this is where your last stitch will be when you come back with that other row. Okay, so I will go in with the next decrease, because I am working into 2, then pull through all 3. All right, so these are 2 stitches when you're coming back with the other double crochet row. All right, so keep that in mind. So I'm going to work single crochets in every stitch until I have 4 stitches left on the other side, and then I will make that decrease at the end. And basically this is going to be it. We're just going to be repeating this decrease here at the beginning, decrease at the end, with all the on every row. And yeah, so I'm coming to the end. I have my 4 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like always, our last single crochet is on top of that chain. Okay, so I will decrease these first 2, and then pull through all, and then my last two, one is in this stitch here and the next is on top of that chain 3. So I'll go on top of that chain 3 and complete my decrease. All right, so pull through all 3, and now next row is I'll chain 3. Chain 3 counts as a stitch, so turn my work. So I will start to decrease in the next 2. So this counts as a stitch, so I'm not working in there, but I'm going to decrease these 2. All right, so my next stitch under here should be an extended double crochet, right, under that next stitch. So I am going to make an extended double crochet, but I will not make it complete because I need to make a decrease. So I am going to do my next stitch, which is a normal double crochet, pull through 2, I have 3 loops, and then pull through all, and then I make my next decrease. So incomplete double crochet, extended double crochet, and then incomplete double crochet by pulling through 2, and then I have 3 loops, pull through all, and that's my second decrease. So from now on I'm just going to do normal stitches, normal decrease until I have 5 stitches left on the other side, and then I can make my decrease on the other side. So work all the way to the end and make your decrease once you're here, and then repeat the decrease on that single crochet row, you know, and it's going to be a repeat. So I am at the end. I have my 5 stitches left. This is my last one. Okay, so I am going to make my decrease, incomplete, pull through 2, pull through all, next decrease, incomplete extended double crochet, incomplete double crochet, and then pull through all. And then my last stitch, of course, as always, it's going to be a double crochet. It doesn't matter if my previous one was a double crochet, always a double crochet at the end. Okay, so repeat this until you have like 6-7 stitches left, and then you can stop decreasing. So chain 1 and repeat this decrease. So you already know this, so yeah, you are just going to continue decreasing until you have about 6-7 stitches left, or 8, depending on how wide you want your bottom to be, and then just stop decreasing when it is good for you. Okay, I will see you once you are done. So I kept decreasing and I have about 6 stitches. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches left, and I stopped decreasing once I had those. So we are going to work single crochets. You can either cut off your yarn here and start from on the other side all the way down and go, but I don't want to do that, so I will chain 1 and work my single crochets, and once I'm done with this side, then I can do the other side. Okay, so we are going to try place these single crochets where we can. Okay, so you are going to place a single crochet in every stitch just to clean this off so that it looks nice. In some, I'm placing 2 single crochets, and where it seems that it needs to be 2, and others just 1. So clean that off all the way here, down here, and I will meet you at the corner so that we can work where we need to put our straps. Our strap, is it a strap? The string that you tie at the back. Here, we need to work that here, okay? So I came all the way from down here, all the way down here, and now we need to clean this up. So we are going to work single crochet still, but in this corner stitch you can put 3 single crochets in that stitch so that it is and then you're just going to continue working single crochets. Make sure you know the number of single crochets you're working on this side because you need the same number on the other side of the top. Okay, so once you're done making single crochets on this side, count them and you will make the same number on the other side so that you have your loops where you need to tie your string in, matching. All right, so work single crochets all the way to the top. So I'm at the top and this is how it looks like. So I'm going to work now the loops. So I'll chain 1, turn my work, and I'm first going to put 2 single crochets. So I'll work in this first stitch with a single crochet and the next stitch with a single crochet, and now I'm going to make a loop. So I'll chain 2, then I will skip 2 stitches, and then into the third stitch I'm going to make a single crochet. So I'm going to make 5 single crochets in between the loops. So 5 single crochets, and once I have 5 single crochets, then I will make my second loop. That is by chaining 2 and then skip 2 and then 5 single crochets again. So repeat that until I'm at the bottom. I'm at the bottom and I'd only done 2, but I want like where to tie at the bottom, so I will just put 1 there at the bottom, my last one. So you will mirror the same thing on the other side. So we are going to turn back and we are going to work slip stitches just to finish it off. So I'm going to go into every stitch with a slip stitch. So even where we have the chains, you'll put 2 slip stitches in the chains and then in every stitch, and you're going to do that all the way to the top. And once we are done with that, then we will mirror the same thing on the other side. So that's how it looks when I'm done with this side, and you can cut off your yarn. And I want to do the same to the other side, but since we started here, we cannot go like this because we need to work on the right side, right? So what we'll do is we'll start from this corner up here and then work our way down here. Okay, so we are going to reattach our yarn, and we are working on the right side. That's why I'm starting here, and I'm going to make the same number of single crochets that I made on the other side. So you should know the number that you had on the other side so that you make the same number here, and so that everything is matching. So reattach your yarn, chain 1, and simply work the same number of single crochets that you worked on the other side. So you're just going to continue doing this, and you're going to go down all the way this way where you started here, and once you get there, then you will do this side here like this. Okay, so I am done with this other side too, the same number of other straps, those holes that we left on either side. And now I want to do the sleeve. So for the sleeve, it's going to be, you remember the number that we left down here? You're going to do the same, count the same number of stitches and leave it there. So put a stitch marker, and for the sleeve, we are going to count from where our sleeve is. We are going to count, this comes from this way to the inside, on this one from the right to the inside, left to the inside, right to the inside. So I am going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th is how many stitches I'm leaving. So into the 7th stitch I will reattach my yarn. Okay, so from where our stitch marker is, leave 6 stitches. So once I reattach my yarn, I am going to look down here and see how my pattern looks. So if I need to do a double crochet or an extended single crochet, so chain 3, and chain 3 counts as a stitch, right? So my next stitch is an extended double crochet, which means I will work a normal double crochet on top of it. Okay, so I am going to work a normal double crochet on top here, and that's my 2nd stitch. So my next stitch is below is a double crochet, so I will work an extended double crochet under it like this. So I'm going to work this pattern until I have a total number of 8 stitches, including the chain 3. Okay, so our strap is 8 stitches, but you can make it longer, bigger if you want, or smaller depending on what you prefer. And then a double crochet. Always remember to finish with a double crochet. Okay, it doesn't matter if it should be an extended, then you can finish with 2 double crochets. So I have 8 stitches, right? So then my next row, chain 1, turn, and my next row is a single crochet row, like you know from the previous pattern. So chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, so I'll work in this first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and my last one is on top of that chain 3. So I will work my 8th one there. Okay, so and we are just going to continue repeating this. So chain 3, turn your work, and now since this counts as a stitch, my next one is going to be an extended double crochet because I have a double crochet in the previous row. So extended double crochet is my 2nd stitch, and then my 3rd one is a double crochet, extended double crochet, double crochet, and you're just going to repeat this pattern until you have the length of your sleeve. So measure from where you want your top to be, that's above your boob, all the way to the top of your shoulder, and put that into 2 because it has also to go to the back. So mine, I'm going to make 10 inches, and I'm an extra small, so you can make it longer. Just measure from where you want your top to start, and all the way to the top of your shoulder, and multiply that by 2. All right, so I will see you once you have the length of your strap. So I will be making 10 inches long for mine. Yours could be longer, could be shorter, depending on how you want it to be. But just take your measurements from top of your boob where you want your top to start, your strap to slat all the way to the top and times 2. All right, so I have my 10 inches of strap. Okay, and we are going to attach it to the back. So for this, you can make this longer, like I said. So for this, we are still going to need some stitch markers. So we are going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 stitches from the end of our top at the back. You are going to put a stitch marker. Okay, so we are going to join from that stitch marker 8 stitches to the right, to the left, to the left or to the right, depending on which side you're working on at the moment. And we are going to be joining on the wrong side, so it's going to be, oh, my stitch is out. So it's going to join like this, but on the wrong side. So you turn your side to the wrong, like that. So I will work from that stitch marker 8 stitches going to the other side. And I am going to be using slip stitches for this. You can use a darning needle if you like, but I will use slip stitches. It's easier. So I'm just going to go into every stitch with a slip stitch like this, and I work my way until the end. And once I get to the end, I'll just slip stitch my last one there, chain 1, and cut off the yarn. And this is the wrong side, but this is how the right side looks like. And yeah, once you're done with that, then you'll go ahead and do the other side of the strap too, and then you're going to sew in all your ends, and then we are going to make a very long chain for the back strap, and we're just going to use the zigzag method to go through the back. Yeah, that's the design of the top. So I'm hoping to make a dress out of this with a mohair yarn, so hopefully I can do that later. So I have my very long chain, and I'll just pass it through whichever way you like, but I will do it like how you tie a shoelace or something. So zigzag like this, and basically that's it. So once you sewed in all your ends, and you should have your top. So I hope you like it. Let me know in the comment section. Please share this video with your friends on your other platforms, and check out some of my written patterns on Etsy and yarnsea.com. I will leave the links in the description box and the comment section. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye.